Assalamu alaikum. Our today's class will focus on Islamic contract. What is Islamic contract? Linguistically, in Arabic, Islamic contract is referred as al-aqd, which refers to something that is tied or bound together. Technically, it's legally binding agreement which is considered legal relationship that creates an obligation with regards to subject matter. Okay, let's look at the contracting parties. Who are the contracting parties and what is needed from both parties before consider the contract valid? Both parties are expected to have a legal capacity. Legal capacity. Legal capacity means poverty, sin, and availability of subject matter of the contract. Let's look at it one after the other. Poverty means a contracting party have to be physically matured and can properly deal with money. What of sin? Sin is referred to mental capacity of all parties have to be normal. What of subject matter of the contract? The subject matter of the contract has to be tangible asset and Sharia compliance. Any subject of a matter of the contract which is not Sharia compliance is not considered as a product that Islamic contract validates. When we look at the Sharia compliance can be categorized based on tangible assets, use fraud, work or services rendered by any worker or service provider. Let us discuss it one after the other. Number one, under tangible assets. A party A is acting as the owner of the assets as a seller is selling to a purchaser, and the ownership is being fully transferred to the party B after conclusion of the contract. In this scenario, the ownership of this asset is fully transferred to party B after selling it. What of use fraud assets? In this scenario, a party A is acting as a owner of the assets, while party B can use the asset for a stipulated period of time and pay party A back as a rental fee, which consider such as a use fraud, and the ownership is transferred temporarily to party B. In this scenario, we understand that the use fraud of this item or asset or house is being transferred temporarily to party B. Let's look at the third scenario. Tangible asset may be services or work. In this scenario, a worker or a service provider can provide an absolute services to party A as a provider, and its scenario is read out as this. A party A is an asset owner, entered a contract with worker or service provider. As if house or asset experience any damage, the worker or service provider fix the asset or house and to be paid by the house owner at the end of the day. In this scenario, a party A is acting as the owner of the asset and party B is acting as the service provider. So whatsoever happens, the party B will provide the services or will work and to be paid by party A. These are the three categories of contract which is being validated under Islamic contract. Let's look at the element of contract. Contracting party must be matured and sane, as mentioned previously. 2. An offer and acceptance has to be agreed between the parties or between the contracting parties. Number 3, subject matter of the contract has to be Sharia compliant and valuable, capable of ownership, capable of delivering. These are the attributes of the subject matter of the contract. Number 4, the unity of the majlis, which refers to Majlis al-Aqdi, meeting point of the contract, optionally between the parties, as technology has taken over everything nowadays. But there is hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam which mentions that al-bay'ani bil khiyari ma lam yatafarraqa. The parties have option of declining the contract unless they have separated. I think you'll find this valuable and also useful. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.